Hello everyone, once again. This is your set number 6, the Great Mauryan Empire. One of the most crucial topic. This you can see from the number of previous year questions what are based on this particular set. 21 previous year questions asked on the Mauryan dynasty. Okay, so let's begin. The 21 MCQs. Question number 1. Which one of the following was not a part of Kautilya's Saptang theory of state? I covered this thing, the Saptang theory. Okay. What is Saptang? It's a Hindi term. In English, it is known as the 7 limbs. The Arthashastra is the first Indian text to define a state. Its concept of the Saptang Rajya considers the state as consisting of 7 interrelated and interlocking constituent limbs or elements, Anga or Prakritis. The Maurya state was a monarchy with a powerful king at the center. And there are so many questions asked just on Arthashastra too, which we will see in that thematic set, the author and their works. Okay. So Arthashastra also you are getting many questions. So it is Dhamma. You have Mitra, Swami, Amatya, Janapada, Durga, Danda and Kosha. Try to remember these because the question appeared in 2022-1, phase 1. Dhamma is not mentioned. Next question. Which one of the following activities was not a part of the daily timetable for a king as prescribed in Arthashastra? Straight verbatim from your Upinder Singh box. Kautilya's timetable for a king. According to Kautilya, okay, I just highlighted the important thing. Arthashastra recommends the king divide the day and night into 8 parts each. This gives a total of 16 units of time each, so technical. Just jump to this part. Kautilya suggests the king should spend the 8 parts of the day starting immediately after sunrise. Receive reports on defense. Receive revenue in cash. Consult his council of ministers. For now, just this much. See the question. Appeared in 2022 CDS. Oh, sorry, this one. Which one of the following activities was not a part of daily timetable for a king as prescribed in Arthashastra? Receive reports on defense. Receive report on defense. Visit the town incognito. No, it's not mentioned anywhere in this box. Receive revenue in cash. Yes, receive revenue in cash. Consult his council of ministers. Yes, consult his council of ministers. Verbatim. What are some others? Look into the affairs of the people of the cities and countryside. Bath, eat a meal, study. Very generic. Consult his council of ministers through correspondence and receive secret information brought in by spies. Relax and enjoy himself or hold consultations. Review elephants, horse, chariots and troops. Discuss military policy with the commander-in-chief. You can get this if UPSC revise this question and put it in some other way. And this is how Kautilya recommend. This is immediately after sunrise. Okay, in the 8 parts of the day, the first 8 parts. And this is how Kautilya recommend the king spend the 8 parts of the night. Interview secret agents. They asked you about how consult his council of ministers. Interview secret agents. Bath, have a meal, study, of course. Do in the morning, do in the evening. Go to bed to the strains of musical instruments. Continue to sleep. This gives him a total of 4.5 hours of sleep. Awaken to the sound of musical instrument and ponder over the science of statecraft and on the work to be done. Consult counselors and dispatch secret agents. Receive blessings from priests. See his physician, chief cook, and astrologer. At daybreak, the king should circumambulate a cow, its calf, and a bull, and proceed to the assembly hall. Following such a punishing routine would no doubt have been very difficult even for a diligent king. So Kautilya goes on to state that if the king does not want to follow this timetable, he can divide the day and night into different parts according to his capacities and carry out his tasks accordingly. The Arthashastra gives advice, but the suggestions of alternatives implies some flexibility as well. So this is kind of a timetable also Kautilya suggested for a good king. Anyway, I just discussed this because question had been framed verbatim from this box. Moving to next question. Who among the following Indian thinkers first spoke of food for work programs to counteract the effects of famines? That's Kautilya, obviously, in his Arthashastra, of course. Next question, very easy, simple. Which one among the following rulers established Patliputra as the capital of the Magadhan Empire? Ajatashatru. Next question, the Mauryan capital of Patliputra has been associated with the archaeological remains of This may confuse you with the Rajgriha and Bulandi Bagh, but no, the answer is Kumrahar and Bulandi Bagh. It's in your notes. Archaeological and numismatic evidences. Archaeological remains from Kumrahar and Bulandi Bagh are associated with Patliputra, the Maurya capital. Other important sites include Takshila, Mathura and Bhita. Again a map based question, very simple, but the given map relate to Ashoka towards close of his reign. Okay, he was ruling the Chakravarti Samrat, the Chakravartin, the great Ashoka. Okay, so you can guess it. Ashoka towards close of his reign, this is the answer. Again a very simple question. Ashoka annexed Kalinga to the Mauryan Empire because Kalinga controlled the land and sea routes to South India. Both assertion and reason are true, but R is the collective, not but, and R is the correct explanation of A. Okay, next question, very easy. The name by which Ashoka is generally referred to his inscriptions is Priyadarshi or Priyadasi. It's a Pali term. Now the questions based on edicts. Site of Ashoka's major rock edicts and their location, the current states. Dholi, Eragudi, Jogada and Kalsi. Dholi, I attached this map. It's in your notes also. So you have Kalsi, it is in north somewhere around Uttarakhand to be precise. You have Jogada and Dholi, both are in Odisha. Okay. Eragudi, it's in your Andhra Pradesh. Now Kalsi, Karnataka, no. Jogada, MP, not at all. Eragudi, Andhra Pradesh, yes. Dholi is in Odisha. Where is Kalsi? Uttarakhand. Jogada is in same Odisha. Okay, so this was the question based on the map, the edicts. Another question on edict. See these two questions comprehensively. Which one of the following edicts mention the personal name of Ashoka? Musky. Which one of the following Ashokan minor rock edict contains the personal name of King Ashoka? Musky. 1997, again asked in NDA in 2023, phase 2. When James Princip deciphered Brahmi script, I am again repeating it, we already see it in set 1 when we were discussing the Brahmi script, and it is written from left to right and all that thing. So Princip did not knew the name of king, it was merely mentioned as Devanampiya and Piyadasi, but later versions of minor rock edict containing name of Ashoka were found. First time at Musky and later at Udegolam, Nittur and Gujjara. Remember these three site name also, edict name also. Next question. The Ashoka major rock edicts which tell us about the Sangam kingdom include rock edicts 2 and 13. The 2nd and 13th major rock edicts also mention about the southern kingdoms or Sangam kingdoms of Chola, Pandyas and Kerala Putras. Who were Kerala Putra? Your Cheras. Next, assertion reason based. Very easy. According to Ashoka's edicts, social harmony among the people was more important than the religious devotion? Yes. Because he spread ideas of equity instead of promotion of religion. So both are true, assertion and reason, and the reason is correct explanation of A. I'm sorry for the horn thing. The truck driver is not in my head. Okay, next question 71. In which of the following relief sculptures, again see these two questions comprehensively, these two, 71 and 72. First, it appeared in 2019, then repeated in 2023 CDS. In which of the following relief sculpture inscriptions is Ranyo Ashoka, King Ashoka mentioned along with the stone portrait of Ashoka? Answer is Kanaganahalli. Straight from the box. The next question, then we will read this. Consider the following statements about Kanaganahalli archaeological site. It is situated on the bank of Bhima river. Yes. The remains of the Kanaganahalli stupa, can be dated from between 1st and the 3rd century AD. Yes. Emperor Ashoka's image was found at the site. Yes. Now the box. This is how I covered the important boxes in your notes. Okay. And I again emphasize, be very thorough with all the boxes, with each and every page of your notes. Instead, I will say. Okay. The stone portrait of Ashoka at Kanaganahalli. Kanaganahalli is a place in Sannati, Karnataka. Site is situated at Bhima river near Chandralamba temple. Many artifacts unearthed from here and remains of the Kanaganahalli stupa known as Mahachatya can be securely dated between the 1st and 3rd century CE. An inscription in Brahmi letters read Ranyo Ashoka, means King Ashoka. This is the inscription. Same panel also found earlier at Sanchi, but there was no inscription to confirm the name of the king. Just one thing, two questions. Now see these two questions comprehensively. There is a quote. First see this question, 74th. Which one of the following was not a part of Dhamma of King Ashoka? Of course, not honoring the king. Tolerance of religions other than one's own. Okay, yes, that should be part of Dhamma. Respect the Brahmins, respect the elders, promoting the welfare of his subjects. Now read this. The theme of ahimsa, non-injury, is an important aspect of Ashoka's Dhamma. Dhamma comprised the following: all the good deeds basically, proper courtesy to slaves and servants, obedience to mother and father, liberality, for example the generosity, towards friends, acquaintances and relatives as well as to the Brahmins and Shramanas, and abstaining from killing living beings, even the animals. Another important aspect of Ashoka's Dhamma was the generation of mutual respect and concord among people belonging to different sects or religious communities. This aspect of Dhamma referred to as religious toleration. King expected people to exercise restraint in criticizing other sects and in praising their own. He was urging people to honor and try to understand the Dhamma of others. Ashoka's inscriptions have a great deal to say about the Dhamma of the king. Basically, he should do all the good things for his estate. Again, in 2020, they asked you one quote. I don't know, this is not mentioned in Upinder Singh, but they could have taken it from some other book. But of course, the essence of this thing, the religious toleration on which this quote is based, it is mentioned in the book. Okay, the religious toleration. So it is saying, whosoever praises his religious sect or blames other sects out of excessive devotion to his own sect with the view of glorifying his own sect, he rather injures his own sect very severely. Of course, Ashoka the Great. Next question. Consider the following statements about Ashoka's faith in Buddhism. Rumindei pillar inscription and Nigali Sagar pillar inscription provide clear evidence of Ashoka's faith in Buddhism. Yes, Minor Rock Edict 1 gives evidence of a sudden change in Ashoka's faith in Buddhism. No, everyone knows that it is Rock Edict 13. So 13th Major Rock Edict speaks feelingly of the Kalinga War, an event the Buddhist texts do not mention, which occurred in the 9th year after Ashoka's consecration, and suggests that this event had an important role to play in his belief in a new kind of pacifism and non-military victory. And if you see, which I extracted from the book, this Rumindi pillar inscription, what it reads: when King Devanam Piyadasi had been anointed 20 years, he came himself and worshipped this spot because the Buddha Shakyamuni was born here. So of course, this inscription provides clear evidence of Ashoka's faith in the Buddhism. Okay, moving to next question. Again on Sogoda, which one of the following ancient Indian records is the earliest royal order to preserve food grains to be utilized during the crisis in the country? Now what crisis this could be? This is your famine relief. Okay, the disaster could be famine. So famine relief discussed in the Mahasthan and Sogoda inscriptions. In 1893, a small inscribed bronze plaque found at Sogoda village of UP. It had a Prakrit language inscription which is most probably post-Mauryan dated. It is talking about famine relief measures during the reign of Chandragupta. Next question about the Mahamatas. There are straight from your notes, mainly from the book. So this was in 2022 NDA. There are 4 Mahamatas: Anta Mahamatta, Ihi Jhaka. I should be ready with the pronunciation. This is, let's break in the syllables. I think this should be Ihi Jhaka Mahamatta, Dhamma Mahamatta, and Nagala Vyohalak. Nagala Vyohalak Mahamatta. Very long names, very lengthy ones. Who were they? Read this. Ashoka's inscriptions mention many kind of Mahamatas. The term Mahamatra occurs in the Arthashastra. You can get this line also, whether the term mentioned in Arthashastra or not. Specific types of Mahamatas mentioned in the inscriptions include the Anta Mahamatas in charge of the frontier areas, and Ithi Jhakha Mahamatas in charge of women welfare. The Dhamma Mahamata spread Dhamma all over the empire. But I did not mention a note this Nagala Vyohalaka Mahamatta. Of course, it could have been mentioned in the book, but I didn't mention in the notes. But on the basis of just these 3, you can arrive on the answer. Anta Mahamatta is talking about in charge of the frontier areas, Okay, likewise, Ihi Jhalaka Mahamatta, Ihi Jhakka Mahamatta, he is associated with spread, with the women welfare. Dhamma Mahatta is spread of Dhamma, and Nagala Vyohalaka Mahamatta associated with city administration. Okay, so this was the question. 4 types of Mahamatta and what were their functions. The last question is straight from the box. Once again, just look at it. First, see the question. I think this is the last question. Yes, this is the last question of this set. Consider the following statement about the Mauryan estate and the forest people. So this question is based on basically Mauryan estate and the forest people from the box. The forest people were subjected to new forms of political and economic dominance, and the necessity to subordinate and assimilate them led to a change in the earlier attitude of excluding these people from imperial territory. Absolutely correct. See in the box. The historian Alok Parashar Sen, it is actually his opinion. No, sorry, she was a lady. So it was her opinion that in the Maurya period, new forms of political, economic, and ideological dominance were imposed on forest people, and the need to subordinate and assimilate them led to a change in the earlier attitude of excluding these people from imperial territory. Verbatim, they picked up an argument of a historian. Next statement: the state recognized that the forest produce was the sole monopoly of the forest people. No. It is mentioned forest produce was considered a state monopoly, not the sole monopoly of forest people. Next, third statement: the state was concerned with the conservation of forest, and to this end the burning of forests was prohibited. Pillar Edict 5 banned the killing of many species of animals, also prohibit the burning of forest, indicating that Ashoka was concerned with their conservation. Now, fourth statement: the forest people could be harnessed to serve the state and could be used as troops, spies, and assassins. Yes. The Arthashastra also recognizes that forest people could be harnessed to serve the state's interests and recommends that they could be used as troops, spies, and assassins. There is a term for troops. It is Atvi Bala. So these you can get a question. Arthashastra mention Atvi Bal. Atvi Bal stood for troops, spies, or assassin. Right from here they can frame options. So Atvi Bal is troops. Okay, and there are so many things, terms also mentioned here. Dravyavana, material forest. What is this? Although the forest people were not considered part of the ideal Janpad, Kautilya, they can frame a question: the forest people were not considered part of an ideal Janpad, but Kautilya recognized the importance of the forest resources. Forest produce was considered a state monopoly. The Dravyavan, material forest, was source of timber and metals such as iron, copper, leads. Forests with elephants, Hastivan, were considered especially important. And then this thing. So you can read this paragraph if you are interested and have appetite to remember so many things for history, but at least this much should be remembered, because such kind of question you can get in your prelims 2024 also. So I hope you are understanding the value of the notes as well as the main book, basically the importance of boxes, how UPSC is framing up question verbatim from the straight statements. They are simply just putting them here right from the book and presenting to you as a very fresh questions, very unconventional, very offbeat. But you should not worry, because you have covered a lot of things. Have faith in your notes and have faith in what you see ultimately. Okay, so with this, this is the end of this set number 6. See you in the next set number 7. Thank you.